Chief Seattle was born on the Black River near Blake Island in what is now the city of Kent, Washington. His father was a leader of the Suquamish. It is a Native American tribe, and his mother belonged to another tribe, Duwamish. Chief Seattle was a prominent figure among his people with remarkable leadership skills. He earned reputation at a young age as a leader of the Native Americans and a warrior, often defeating groups of tribal enemy raiders. He was tall and broad, standing nearly 6 feet tall, and it is said that when he addressed the audience, his voice could be heard from 1.5 kilometers. He was a noted orator in his native language. He had the ability to understand the white settlers' real intention for land grab, but pursued a path of accommodation with them. He is a Native American, and they were white settlers who tried to grab their land. He was baptized into the Roman Catholic Church by the French missionaries in 1848. He formed a personal relationship with Dr. Maynard, who was an adventurous entrepreneur and who tried to have a peaceful relationship between the settlers and the tribes. Chief Seattle died on 7 June 1866 on the Suquamish Reservation at Port Madison, Washington. The city of Seattle in the US state of Washington at present is named after him. The Suquamish tribe honors Chief Seattle in the 3rd week of August every year as Chief Seattle Days. Chief Seattle delivers the speech presently entitled as The End of Living and the Beginning of Survival. It was delivered approximately on March 11, 1854 at a large outdoor gathering in Seattle. The meeting with Chief Seattle had been called by the governor, Isaac Ingalls Stevens, to discuss surrender or sale of native lands to white settlers. They have to either sell their land to the white settlers or they will have to surrender before them. Chief Seattle spoke in the Lushootseed language, his native tongue, and there exist various versions of speech due to differences in translation. However, we are not sure about the originality of the text which is translated, as different versions of the same speech are in circulation. There had been certain versions of his translations too. Now the extract, the text we have in our textbook is based on Ted Perry's script made for the promotion of the environmental movie titled Home, which was produced in the US by the Southern Baptist Convention in the year 1972. Now about the essay, The End of Living and the Beginning of Survival has been widely cited as a powerful, bittersweet at the same time plea for respect of Native American rights and environmental values. The speech achieved widespread fame due to its promotion in the environmental movement, as it lays stress on the interdependence and interconnections of the world of living and the world of non-living. According to Chief Settle, man did not weave the web of life. He has merely a strand in it. Non-human life too has intrinsic values not dependent on a scale of their utility. The nature is not only meant for men but also for the non-living things. I remember my grandmother, she used to scold us when we pick all the mangoes from the mango trees. She says, you have to leave certain fruits untouched. Leave it for the birds and squirrels, because they are also the owners of the land. Chief Settle's speech places all forms of life in the network of interdependence. The idea of buying or selling land or cruelty to animals was strange to the Native Americans. They don't buy and sell lands. He says, the earth does not belong to man. Man belongs to the earth. This we know. All things are connected like the blood which unites one family. All things are connected. That is how he ends his essay. We will be having a detailed class on the essay. Thank you so much for watching.